Hello everyone, Attack Power here with Game 1 between Jaapaasa and Denis Diderot in the Steel Division 2 SDL League Division 3 playoffs for Season 10. Let's dive right in. Alright, so here we are on Illomantsi. And on the left, in the blue, we have Denis Diderot playing 78th Sturm on Maverick Income. And on the right, in the red, we have Jaapaasa playing 358th Strelki, also on the Maverick Income. So, interesting map choice. This map is pretty horrible. It's extremely challenging for red side. Just really hard for red side. It's not a very good map. The flag placement, maybe the map itself is okay, but the flag placement is really unfair. But they picked it, which again, I find really odd. Deck building wise, 358th have their group as Akchiski, really strong units. Lots of light armor, and then the ISU 122 to fill out the like 2K stuff. Very light. He's only got one card at 25 mils for AA, so 78 Sturm, you don't have to really worry about it per se. He does have his own TU2Ss and IL2s, and those are quite good. And he has the Moser 210mm artillery in Phase A, which is definitely interesting. Over for 78 Sturm, the usual spattering of really strong infantry and stuff. Some nice 2K options. He is bringing in some Nashorns, which are always fun to see. And nothing else much. Nebelwerfers in B, and then he does have the nuke JU-188 bombers for B phase. Let's see what he's got going down here. In the top, we have the Panzerbusch 41. Not a big fan of these, but it's a light AT gun. Flammenwerfer, Flamer, Erzat, Strupen, Begleit Grenadier, Schützen, another Begleit, Flak 43, Stug 3, and a Panzer T26 recon tank. Into the center, we have another Panzerbusch, two Flammenwerfers of Schützen and Aufklär, Erzat, Strupen, two of those, and a Nashorn, the Ace version, Nagel. It makes no difference. It's the exact same unit, just with cool skin. And then we have Panzerbusch, Begleit Grenadier, Erzat, Strupen, Sturm Pioneers, and a Nashorn down south. Up north here for Jaapaasa, we have some leader, a 50mm mortar support gun, a group of Zachiski in the M2A1s, two of those, and then a T60. These are autocannon tanks. Yes, they are. And then we have a Maxim sniper, M45mm, and a Strelki SVT. Going into the center here, we have the two Maxims, three snipers, a 52P support gun, assault gun, 50mm, one 50mm mortar, another assault gun, Strelki SVT, Sapari, two Grupa Zachiski in the M2A1s, Sapari Komroti leader, and a ZIS-2 AT gun. So, nice deployment from both of these players. Again, not a big fan of this map. In terms of divisional matchup, 78 Sturm is going to struggle against the light armor of 358th. 78 Sturm has a reputation of being really bad against light armor because the lightest thing you have in the AT tab is a Pack 40, which is overkill and very easy to overwhelm with lighter tanks. So like you send two 20 or 25 point tanks or even 30 point tanks after the Pack 40, they're probably going to overwhelm it pretty easily, and that's a big issue. The other thing 78 Sturm really struggles with is CQC. Its Sturm Schützen are solid. They're solid units, but not really strong at CQC. On the other hand, 358th has probably the strongest CQC unit in the game, the Grupa Zachiski. These things are absolutely insane. The only other thing would be like the Pionieri out of 4th Alpine. And then, lots of light armor. Issue for this one, struggles at 2K with HE support and stuff. Doesn't really have much of anything. The ISU 122, good for AT, but not really for any HE support. So you got nothing there. And of course, its AA is very weak, but with 78 Sturm, they don't have much of an Air Force. So it's not a weakness you have to be too concerned about. All right, here we go. Let's see if Denis can overcome the challenge. I should say Jaapaasa can overcome the challenge of the map. Honestly, I like his division here. 358 feels like a good response to 78 Sturm. Just has a lot of the tools, and the weaknesses 358 have are not really easily exploited by 78 Sturm. Oh, 78 Sturm with the 2K HE, it can definitely have that advantage. Again, not a fan of the Panzerbusch. Not going to lie, I do not like this unit. I don't think it's worth, because it takes 3 penetrations. It doesn't have high penetration to start. It's the only light AT that 78 Sturm gets, so I understand why he's bringing it. We have a P2, it is PE, no, PO2, PO2 up here for just some recon. It is a 10-point recon plane, so anything will shoot it down. A stiff breeze will kill it. But, so this Flak 43 should shoot it down very easily. But it's still only 10 points for some recon. So, Denis not really deploying aggressively at all down here. You can really, really easily capture this flag. You need some sort of AT here usually to defend this bridge, but he's not going to put it there. Panzerbusch unloaded. There goes the Po 2 down quite easily. The other big thing with 78 Sturm, everything's just expensive. It's just an expensive division. There's really nothing that's super cheap or efficient. Your stuff's really good, but nothing's cheap. We can check out the Panzerbusch here really quick. 80 millimeters of penetration, only 20 points. I mean, it is dirt cheap. I'm not going to take that away. It fires very fast at 15 rounds a minute. The problem is it only has 750 meter range, which is terrible. And it only does 3 damage, which means it requires like 4 penetrations to kill a regular tank, like a medium tank, and requires 2 to 3 penetrations for most vehicles. Stug 3 catching out that M2A1, that's really important. Needed to kill that because these infantry were kind of screwed otherwise. This Begleit and Flammenwerfer have no way to stop this M2A1 though, and that's going to be an issue. The T-26 is going to be key here. Zooming in over here, 28, the Panzerbusch failing to do its only job, which is kill this light armor. T-26 should be able to fix that problem unless these ZIS-2 can catch it first. Strelki SVT do get into this woods down here. I just think Denis grabbed this flag, which is an easy flag to grab because of this forest, but he has no chance of actually winning in the woods. T-26 does kill that M2A1. That's really nice. He's got to be careful with this T-26. It can cut off the reinforcement rotor. The other issue is once you get pushed out of this forest here, if you put an AT gun here and an AT gun here, there's no way to get here for red. But Denis is really going to struggle to get back into this woods with his choices. Nashorn moving up. I'm not 100% sure of why it's in this position. Especially in this specific position, it can't see anything at all. Would have been better like right here to actually cut off this whole area and grab this flag for essentially free. Zipping up north here. T-26 getting hit by the 45 mil. It will go down here. That's a big loss because now he has no... Well, he does have this. He does have the Panzer, but again, that extremely short range screwing him here. There we go. It's finally in range. Here we go. Let's see if this thing can do the job. There's one pen, gets a loader wounded, so that's a really nice crit there he wants. Another hit, loader stuff. The only bonus here with the Panzerbusch is that every hit often causes a crit because it's APCR. So you get a lot of crits. Glide Grenadiers, not very good in the forest. Don't let the MP44s fool you. Down goes the T-60, so nice kill there. Panzerbusch going to re-aim here to the M21. It's got super high... It's got nice stealth, too. I thought it was exceptional. It's not. It's very good. Gets a crew kill on this M2A1. Okay, all right. Color me impressed. I'm eating my own words. And if you like seeing attack power be totally wrong about a unit, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Steel Division 2 content. If you really love the channel, go ahead and check out that Patreon. You're the best. Stug 3 in a nice spot here to cut off this road. Unfortunately, right now it's going to aim at this Maxim, which they were unable to finish off. Stug missing out on these transport kills. That's definitely a bummer. Yep, those things will get out. Denis playing really nice, though, here. But again, the map is his friend. Without a doubt, the map is in his favor. Jaapaasa is going to have to work really hard to capture points, just in general. See, like, even with this whole forest grabbed here, he still isn't grabbing these 2 spots. Like, you get to put a unit in this spot and capture this flag. It's really just extremely obnoxious. This is another flag that's extremely hard to hold because it's so far. Like, how are you supposed to get to this flag once the battle has started? Like, it's really crappy, to be honest with you. This flag, this one is blue. I think this one is supposed to be blue, right? 1, 2, yeah, okay. So this one is blue, but it's still very easy for blue to hold. Uh-oh, Stug on the run. It does get away in time. The Strelki SVT can't finish off, but the M42 gonna get a nice shot there on the Stug 3. Stug 3 needs to back up. 45 mil re-aiming. Is the Stug backing up? It is, but it's going back into the line of sight. Oh, and it gets a transmission destroyed. What a crit. And down it goes to the 45 mils. That's a big kill because now there's nothing to stop these T-60s and stuff up here. Another Stug 3 coming in. The Panzerbusch was forced to retreat. He needs to stop this group of Zakchiski from getting into the woods. Once they're in the woods, it's the end for him. But this group of Zakchiski also have smoke on top of everything else. It's an insanely good unit. And on top of it, it's only 25 points. Like, it's absolutely crazy how good this unit is. Urzat Troopin, no chance against the Strelki SVT at any range because they're bad. 45 mil dodges the T-26 shot. That's a serious bummer there. Now it will exact revenge on this Kubel MG. Down it goes. MG-42 out of position, but if it moves forward, might get hit by that assault gun. Stuk 3 does get the transport snipe there. Really nice. Pak-40 in position here to start hitting some of those infantry. Neither of these weapons designed really for killing infantry, but they're going to try their bestest. Group of Zakchisi into the woods here. Once they kill that off, this flag will be under pressure. Dennis still at the 1311, though, despite Jaapaasa making a lot of progress here. Shoots and pinned down by that Maxim. MG-42 trying to return the favor here to some infantry. Yeah, it's just so many flags that Dennis gets for essentially free. On the other hand, though, Dennis has under-committed to this southern point. The only thing left holding here is this Sturm Pioneer. The T-26 is going to be trouble to get through. I'll be honest, despite... I understand 358 as a choice to counter 78 Sturm. I don't fully understand it for this map, though. Your light armor is caught out a lot. I feel like you just have a lot of like open area that your light armor just ain't gonna work very well. Stuk 3 gets a loader knockout. Does bounce the other two shots. Should be firing eventually here. There it is. It fired. Now gets a shooter killed. Ay, caramba. JU-188 floating around doing some reconning. Schutzen doing what Schutzen need to do, which is sit far away and clean out some enemy troops. Oh, transport kill. Honestly, in this division, in 78 Sturm, losing units in transport is devastating. Because again, like I said, they're just very expensive. Every unit is expensive AF. Like, there's no getting around it. So you can't be losing troops in transports. Especially against a hyper-efficient division like 358th, which just has a lot of cheaper infantry and just cheap options to really spam at you. This is the range you want to fight Gruppe at. Medium range, your Begleits will do quite well at that range with their MP44s on. They will not win at close range. I'm amazed he even got back into this forest, but of course he's going to get absolutely annihilated here. The other thing with the group of Zakchisi is they have the Swomies. That's what makes them so insanely good at the end of the day. 226 did go down to the Nashorn, so it was a nice kill, but the Strelki SVT hitting the Sturm Pioneer. Dennis has not noticed this. He's bringing in 2 pieces of armor down south. Surprised he's not bringing, like, even just 1 Schutzen. Up north, though, the pressure is on. Jaapaasa finally brings it back to a 12-12. That's a big deal. The 188 taking a lot of hits from the 25 mil. Will it go down? Very well might. Nope, it does get away. Begleit versus Sapperty here definitely will win out. This is the perfect range for a Begleit Grenadier. Recapturing that flag. Still 12-12, though, because Jaapaasa grabs this one down south. It's a big deal, and now he's flooding some troops down south to try to consolidate his gain, at least his own flag. And he has recaptured this flag, bringing it finally to a 13-11 here for Jaapaasa, first time in the game, and it's gone. Remember, they are in mirror income as well, so there's no advantage for either player at any point. Getting to the end of A phase here. Dennis should have plenty of infantry left. Jaapaasa should as well. They both have pretty deep A phase infantry cards here. Although this should be all the T-26s. You get 9 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We saw one die down south, and I think he's called one other in. So I think he's called in all his T-26s. That's kind of what you got to do, though. Just call them all in. They're not much use in any smaller numbers. And this is the issue with 358 for this map, is what do you do against this Nashorn? I mean, the ISU 122 is fine, but not a great answer, because if it misses, the Nashorn tears it apart. As we saw in the previous game yesterday between, or 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days, yesterday, with Sir Daniels and Stardeck, we saw how the Firefly just ate the ISUs alive. Because at absolute maximum range, are actually not incredible. They're for killing medium tanks and super heavies. Like, that's it. Not against, like, Fireflies and other, like, 2K things that actually can fight back efficiently. Like, Panthers actually do pretty well against those. Now, if your ISU is getting super lucky, then scratch that. They can eat anything alive. But if you're not, then they really struggle. Jaapaasa, though, on a 13-11, really impressive. Like I said, he's working uphill here. This is an uphill fight on this map for this side. Stuk 3 going to take out that M2A1 if it can land a shot. With the Pack 40 involved now, too, I can't imagine this M2A1 gets away. Oh, okay. Maybe it does, since everybody's missing. Rage, rage! I can just feel it. As the player who misses and experiences the misses, I can feel the rage. Nashorn, T-26, putting down some fire on the Strelki DP. Doesn't look like Jaapaasa is going to hold this southern area long. And he just doesn't have enough 2K stuff. Flak 41, 88 mil in. TU-2S coming in with the big bombs. The very big bombs. Oh, and he fails to get them off. Oh, that's so disappointing. Stuk 3 putting down some fire over here, supporting nicely. T-26 spam coming in. Strelki SVT versus Schutzen is an interesting fight at CQC, but because of the Strelki's low health, the Schutzen should win out. Mortars coming in. This is really important. Denis needs the mortars to give him any chance at winning forest fights. Schutzen does go down, though, to the combined light armor spam here. Panzervernichtung's AT unit. T-26s versus T-26s. Who shall win? I have a feeling the hordes of T-26s will win over the not horde of T-26. Unless they all miss. That is possible. There's a pen. One T2. Okay. All right. 1 for 1. It could have been worse, honestly. Really probably should have been worse. All right. Denis back on the 13-11. Panzervernichtung trying to chase down the T-26, but Jaapaasa on his micro. Don't forget this Grupa Zaktiski also have an assault rifle. It doesn't look like one. It looks like an SVT, but it is an assault rifle with 600 meter range. It's a rare weapon we do not see much in the game. T-26, M42s, all in nice positions here to try to start to push back a little. Maybe he's going to swing down south here, try to get back into this position. The Panzerbusch, though, a nice response to these T-26s. Strelki SVT, if this was a full health, this would be really nice, but it's not. It's going to get killed by the Flak 43. Catching that out would have been huge. T-26 is trying to kill off that IG-18. Jaapaasa continues to, I think accidentally would be my assumption, like send troops into the like teeth of the defenses here. Strelki SVT eventually going to get killed off here. IG-33, we're seeing the effects of this 2K stuff the 78 Sturm has. Again, I like the divisional matchup, but I think 78 Sturm is a little bit more suited to this map. Illomantsi, a lot of long ranges you do need to hold, especially in the center and south. Up north, you get your more CQC stuff, but the second you break out of the north, it's back into the tight areas. 45 mil trying to take out that Stug 3. Can't do it this time, though. Flak 43 laying into a T-26, not exactly ideal. It's probably going to die. That's going to be a big loss there. Flak 43 being one of the most efficient and strongest AA pieces in the game. Turret struck on the T-26. Will it be able to take out that Panzerbusch? No, there's nothing to spot for these things. So the Panzerbusch claiming its first kill. Jaapaasa back to a 12-12 with these two flags captured. Again, because of this huge loss of flags in the center. And he lost this one down south now again. IG-33, I assume spotting the assault gun there. A lot of action up north here. Schutzen and Begleit's caught out, but not by much. Jaapaasa playing really aggressively, and I have to agree he needs to. It's the only way you capture flags on this map. Nashorn takes out the T-26 in a shot there. T-26 never gets a shot off. The other one gets a penetration. Will it get its second shot up? No. That would have been such a nice kill. T-60 now down 2. Oh. Now, Jaapaasa has swung down south to try to capture this flag back. Does succeed. Has lost this one on the hill, though. With the Nashorn in position here, this is going to be an issue. He's got some T-34s, but that's about it. And again, I'm not a huge fan of a Nashorn ISU 122 matchup. The Nashorn's going to pen every time it hits. The ISU 152 will, or the 122 will as well, but it's not going to hit nearly as often. That's the problem. And it's going to fire only like 1 for every 3 shots that the Nashorn gets off. Remember, this thing is firing fast. It's firing very quick. Assault gun trying to I don't know what it's trying to do. Kupel MG goes down. So the Recon's gone. Salkin gonna go down, though, to the IG-18s. 45 mil, not sure what it's going after, but it's going to die to the IG-18s. Jaapaasa losing a lot of troops here. Trade's really not going his way because of his need to be super aggressive. And with them on mirror income, it's Denis has just as many troops coming in as he does. Sapri Komroti in a terrible spot and gets killed off. Definitely a micro mistake there. No reason for that at all. TU2S trying to go for that Nashorn, but it ain't going to happen. Flak 88 doing a nice job of covering off these TU2S. These things are absolute nightmares to deal with. These are not the fast ones, though. They're slower because of the heavier bomb loadout. So they're a little easier to stop. IG-33 spotting that Strelki DP. Bloop. Delete. It's gone. ISU-122 here on the map, finally. It's going to go after that IG-33. I mean, it's very safe to do that, and it will do some nice HE damage. That's, of course, not its purpose, though. IG-33 will fall out back out of range. Nashorn getting comfy. Doesn't want it to be in a open spot. It looks like he's just going to try to cover off the reinforced road. Stug 3 Fear catching out some Grupa Zachiski. These ones did get in and into the forest. That's good, but there's no AT here to stop this Stug 3, so there's nothing to stop that at all. And again, despite the nice progress Jaapaasa is making up north, these flags that Denis is so easily able to capture here in the center are just absolutely slaying his ability to make any ticket progress at all. Zistu spotting the T-26 here. Nashorn will finish off that assault gun really nicely. T-26 goes down. Yeah, Jaapaasa has this flag down here for essentially free. IG-33 spotting that Zistu, going for it. Nebelwerfer 150 laying into the forest. The Urzat's going into surrender, and they're going to succeed. This is huge. That's huge. There's the surrender. That's massive. Killing a group of Zajiski like that, it's not even like work. Assault gun goes down to the Stug 3. Group of Zajiski pushed out. This should be an easy win for them here in the woods, but they're going to get cut off anyway, so it's irrelevant that they win this fight. Nashorn hitting some infantry here. T-34 under attack by the IG-18. It's safe from that at this range. At least it should be. IG-18 will miss most of its shots and bounce most others. T-26 around. Pack 40, though, going to easily finish off this T-34 whenever it shows its head. Urzat's flowing in. Here comes some shoots in as well. Yeah, Denis looking significantly stronger on map here. Just a pile of stuff. And the thing is, shoot, like we mentioned, 78 Sturm, everything they bring in is really high quality. So if Denis has a lot of troops on the map, that's really bad. That means they're all really good troops. It's not like they're like garbage troops. TU2S finally gets its bombs off. It was a struggle. Let's watch these big boys come down. These are some big, big booms. Boom. There goes that Pack 40. 1311 still for Denis. He has not cracked into a double tick, though, this entire time, despite his many advantages around the map. Sturm Pioneer should go down to the Grupa. Down it goes. And no other troops were able to get in. Again, all Denis has to do, though, is sit this infantry here, and he's quite safe. Schutzen will beat anything out of 358th at range. It's CQC where Schutzen will struggle. IL-2M3 coming in. 4 100-kilogram bombs. 88 from far away is getting some shots up, but not enough. IL-2 puts a nice bomb strike on the Stug 3. It's not enough. SDK Z71 now in as well. JU-188 nuke bomber coming in. This thing just, it's 2 1,000-kilogram bombs. It's a big bomb loadout. I don't know why this thing just feels like it does so much more damage than other planes. There is a 25 mil, but that ain't going to stop that thing. It's flying too high. P-39 coming in to try to punish this. Didn't get a very good run on it. 25 mil may be able to. This was a lot overkill. That was very much overkill. Now that it's smoking, though, 25 coming. Can it do it? I don't think the P-39 is going to get there. The flak is probably going to force it off. Because SDK of Z71 definitely will. Will it get the shot? It fails, and it will die for its troubles, I think. Yep, down it goes. Ouch. T-60 I mean, T-34 versus Stug 3 actually bounces the shell, which is abnormal. It needs 1 pen. Oh, that's rough. Needed 1 pen to finish that off. Oh, Panzervernichtung there for the T-60. Another big kill. Sturmschützen now in. Again, they're really not actually CQC units. They're like they're Yellow Forest units. Stug 3 versus IS-122. The Stug 3 gets a pen on the ISU. That's kind of shocking, actually. Oh no, now the ISU is really stressed, so it's missing. The Stug 3 has 135 millimeters of penetration. The ISU 122 has 125 millimeters of armor, so it will penetrate. It's not like it doesn't. But at this longer range, at essentially max range, the chance should be quite low. Wow, the ISU 122 missing twice. That stress really killing its accuracy. I mean, that Stug 3 might get another pen before that ISU 122 gets a shot off. Up north, T-34 is trying to hold back the infantry. The Stug 3 did go down to the T-34s up there. Stug 3 finally goes down to the ISU 122. Took 3 attempts there. Again, that stress really killing it. We're now into C phase, and Denis is still on the 1311. Vernichtung getting spotted. That was a little bit aggressive there from Denis. The south has quieted down now. The north seems to be where all the action is. Nashorn on the hill. And Denis with a huge advantage right now, ticket-wise. And if we zoom out board-wise, he's got a huge advantage on map as well. Nashorn does go down, though. Zis 3, I'm thinking. Yeah, Zis 3 took that out. Really nice kill there. He needs those dead. Panzerbusch still holding everything off. These have overperformed. I can't deny it. Stug 3 versus T-34. T-34 does go down, had a previous penetration at some point, so nice kill there. Erzat's getting eaten alive. That might have just been like a scouting push just to see what happens. If so, that's a good use. Gruppe have been broken down. Only 2 men left versus the 12-man Sturmschützen. The Sturmschützen should be able to chop through that. ISU 122 pushing across the bridge. That damaged transmission damage is painful on these heavy tanks. Nebelwerfer firing again. Taking out that Zis 3. Zis 3 already dead, though, it looks like, from the mortar and the Stug 3 combo. Sniper getting spotted out by what? I have no idea. What is spotting that sniper? Huh. Maybe the Erzat, I guess, over here that's dying currently? It must have been the Erzat, because there's nothing else that should spot that. Infantry pushing up on the hill. Jaapaasa back to a 1311. Another 25 mil down here. IG-33 going after some of those transports. Oh, no, it's going after the Strelki. Just kidding. JU-188 is forced back. Look up north. This map is so annoying. So, like, the action is so far apart. Artillery trying to counter battery that 81 mil mortar, I think. Oh, going after the Nebelwerfer. It's 122. These are very eh. For their price, they're not very good. They're not really bad either. I will say that. They're neither. I'm assuming he has it on counter battery or something, because otherwise I don't think I'd ever target a Nebelwerfer. It's too easy to move them. And most players at higher levels will just move them. Like, they won't leave it sitting around. Now, Denis did accidentally leave that one there, so in this case, it may pay off. T-34 versus Stug 3. At this range, the Stug 3 has the advantage, especially 2 of them. So this next hit should kill that T-34 off. Down it goes. That's rough. Because remember, 358 does not have that much armor to work with. And he's lost a lot. Down south, he is finally making some progress. ISU-122 going after the T-26, it appears. Loses sight. Back up north here. Stug 3 pushing forward. Jaapaasa's northern push getting broken down here. He's just running out of AT assets, really, at this point. He's struggling to even kill Stug 3s. Which is not good. He has recaptured the flag down south. ISU 122 should finish off that IG 33. Misses completely, though. Ooh, that's rough. Shoots and pushing off these infantry. Sturm shoots in as well. The combo overwhelming the Grupa and the Strelki DP. .122 aiming at the SDK Z71, but this Denis did move it already. On top of his micro. Denis holding that 13-11 still. Sturm Pioneer versus Strelki. Sturm Pioneer should win this, especially 2-star. Yep, does eat that up quite easily. And Jaapaasa throws in the towel. 26 minutes and 22 seconds here on Illomantsi. 25-65 to 17-40. I gotta say, I think that was mostly map. I really do. I don't think Jaapaasa was playing poorly at all. He made a lot of progress up north, was really kind of outplaying Denis for a good chunk of that. But because you have to work so darn hard to get flags on that map from that side, he had to overextend, which led to a lot of losses. That's not to say Denis did not play well. He definitely played very well to the strengths of 78th versus 358th. But I do think 358th is a good counter to 78th. You have a lot of the things 78th really struggles with. CQC, light armor, these sort of things. They really have a hard time with that. You know, if we look here, Panzerbush doing some nice work. Nashorn's doing really good work. I just don't think 358th is the right choice for Illomantsi. It's the right choice for the counter to 78th, but I really think it's not the right choice for Illomantsi at all. Especially when you're on the really bad side of the map. You know, what are you going to do? Not pick that map. That would be my answer. Don't pick that map. Well, good one there. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting over on Patreon. Thanks a bunch, and have a fantastic day.